Hey, so you just shot a YouTube video, edited it. Now you're thinking about your thumbnail. Let's make a thumbnail together here in Photoshop. Let's get right to the video. So to make a thumbnail in Photoshop, you have to first look at the dimensions. I'm going to go to create a new file here, like so. And the dimensions here are 1920 by 1080. 1920 by 1080. Usually if you go to the web aspect, you can have that format already. That's the web large 1920 by 1080. I click on that and I don't want artboard. Uncheck that and it freaks me out. And the resolution is voice for screen is going to be 72 pixels per inch, like so. And I'm going to do create, like so. Then there I have it, 1920 by 1080 pixels. Now the first thing I always do is I get my base color. How do I do that? I go to my right bottom corner of the screen here and check the half circle. The half circle, as you can see here, I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to choose a solid color. Here I'll put any color that I want for my background, and I'll bring that in like so. That is my first step. I'll uncheck the background layer. I don't need it. I'm going to drag it into the recycle bin and delete it. That is the very first step. I call this a very important step. Up next, I need something to put in the background to make this look a little bit, professional. I don't want it to be just raw as so. So where do I go? I go online and I go to freepik.com. Freepik.com. This is where I get a lot of my assets, right? I'm going to just say a background. Click on enter, like so. I kind of want a white background because of how I use it, so I'll choose white background. And then they are going to give me a lot of options. Let me see what I'll choose. What would I choose? What am I here for? Okay, I'm going to go with this. You can choose anything that you want depending on what. I don't even know the type of. Okay, let's make a thumbnail for this video we are shooting, right? Thumbnail for this video we are shooting. I'm going to click on download, right? And I'll choose. Oh, I don't want I just want a JPEG. I'm not really trying to make it in view, so I just want something very small. So it's going to be a small file, but I'll take it regardless, and I'll bring this in here into Photoshop, like so. And I'll make sure I'm going to drag it for you to fill all the way around, like so. And I'll click on the check button to drop it here. Now the next thing is I'm going to change the blend mode of this. How do I do that? Let's come here. We look at. You see where it's different than normal? That's the blend mode. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to play with the various. What I do most of the time is I just go up and down. Like I usually know what to do, but for beginners, when I started like so, I would take my time and look at what are the various blend modes are doing to the picture, and I'll choose linear bend in this case. Not that I just go with color bend or multiply. I'll take multiply in this case, and then as you can see, it is there, but it's looking very subtle in the background, and that's the second step I do. After that, I lock this layer. I don't want to be touching it. Next, I have to bring a photo because I think videos or thumbnails with people's faces have a better click-through rate compared to ones without any face at all. How do I get that? I bring my handsome face, but in this case, I don't want to put myself there. Wait, okay, I'll put myself there. I'll go. I'll bring myself from one of my previous videos, my previous thumbnail. So I click on this layer here and drag it all the way in here. If you don't have a photo like I already do here, what you can do is you can bring your photo, any photo of yourself that you have in here, like so. And if your photo has a background, you can go to remove background. Remove.bg is a website where I used to remove my backgrounds. You upload a file there, and then they will allow you to download one without a background. Let me find a photo of people's. This one, for instance. I'll put these links in the description below so you can check them out and use them. So you see the background has been removed, like so. That is what I will do if I have a photo of myself. I have it already in a different thumbnail, so I just imported it in here, like so. And then as I have that, I'm going to go to the next step of adding my text. So I'll click on T, click on anywhere, and then I didn't drag, I just clicked, and I'll just say thumbnail, like so. Click on V, drag it all the way up. I like this, but I want the color to be something very dark. Wait, first I have to set in the color to be something dark. I have my swatches panel here. If your swatches panel is not there, you can go to Windows and then look for swatches and check that. Right, there you go. Come back, and I'll go back to click on where is it, swatches again, and then it comes back. All right, so I'll choose on this color here, and I'll go back to the move tool like so, and then I'll hold Alt whilst my finger is on the Alt and this layer is selected. I'll click and drag this one up again to duplicate it. One of the ways to duplicate it. Add that to your bag, and I'm going to go click on create like so. Awesome, and I'll bring it here, and then I'll hold Alt again, click on the thumbnail and drag it down again, and I'll say Photoshop like so. Click on that and press and hold V, and I'll select these three. I'll drag over them, and the reason why I'm able to drag over only these three is because I've locked the background layer, so I can't do anything on them. So if I drag on these two, I can select these two together, and then I want to bring the Photoshop logo. So what I do is you go online and you can just type Photoshop logo PNG, and then we can download one and then also send it to the remove background to remove the background. But I already have the Photoshop logo, I think, downloaded somewhere. It should be full. Okay, there's it. I drag it in here neatly, and then I put it nicely. Okay, I'll find somewhere to put this, but let me put it here for the meantime. I'll bring it in. So what I like to do is that usually when I do my thumbnails, I want the way that I want it to be, I want something to be very highlighted. Okay, in this case I want thumbnail to be highlighted, so I'm going to go to the left side here and choose my rectangle tool like so, and then draw a nice rectangle around my rectangle. And I want this color to be not black but white, because this white is going to obviously stand out. Now it seems to be above the text that was written there, so I select my move tool on the left side here like so, and then I'm going to drag this, come to the layers panel and drag the rectangle layer down just to be below the thumbnail, and the thumbnail appears on top of it. And once I'm done, I'll probably zoom in, hold Alt and scroll up. If not, you can press Control and then equal to, yeah, to zoom in like that, and Control plus minus to zoom out. I'll hold Shift and drag the rectangle just to get closer to the thumbnail like so. And I will also, when I'm done, I'm going to drag over only these two like so, and then I'll make it a little smaller. Okay, I want it to be big. I want it to be big like so, and then I'll drag my Photoshop. Okay, I'll put Photoshop. Let me make Photoshop actually smaller to accommodate room for the logo, and I'll put Photoshop right here. All right, and once I'm done, I'm going to select all of this like so. Not the photo is not included, and I'm going to go to edit. This is a personal thing I do for all my thumbnails. I just skew them. Skew is like dragging it. You see the way it's moving here. I skew it up just a little like so, and I click on enter. And in this case, I'll expand it to be just a little bit more like that. Just a little bit more like that. Press on enter when I'm done. I'll move it just around here, and I want the photo to be the highest layer in here, so I'll just drag it all the way up like that for it, so that the Photoshop just goes beneath it. So this is a very simple thumbnail, how to create a thumbnail in Photoshop. When I'm done with everything, one last thing is I go to the bottom right corner here again and select this and choose brightness and contrast. The key thing is that make sure your thumbnails are very contrasty, and I just click on auto more often than not for Photoshop AI to do their own work. You want your thumbnail to be very contrasty, because people are not usually watching on their laptop, they're watching on their phones, and it's going to be small, so it has to be contrasted enough to get their attention immediately. So that means it will drop the brightness and then increase the contrast. Photoshop does the work for me automatically. And once I'm done, I think I'm happy with this. And then yeah, so I have to export it. I go to file, I go to export, and I say export as. I'm going to bring it to 7, the highest quality, because it doesn't exceed 1 megabyte. And then I go all the way and type the name. What should the name be? That should be create a thumbnail, like that. And my thumbnail is ready. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Make sure you drop a like on this video and then subscribe if you haven't, if you want to learn more about Photoshop, how to do graphics, grow your personal brand online here on YouTube and in this digital era. Catch you in the very next one. Peace. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of bird.